Hey everybody, so it's day 2 of our longevity series and we're going to try to get 20 videos out. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll see if it happens. So today I want to talk to you about why longevity. Why is this so important? Well, Sonia and I this year turned 40 and 40 is just another milestone, it's just another year, and it also makes us realize that we're not spring chickens anymore. And so on this journey we understand that the hormonal change that happens for people as you go from the age of 25 to 40 is that there's supposed to be a 50% decline. One sec. There was some music that showed up. So there's supposed to be a 50% decline in hormonal activity from the age of 25 to 40. And so we start to look at the information, look at the research, and realize that, wow, this is a massive shift. And wow, we can also do something about the trajectory of that fall. And so, I brought this up in the last video, and that was David Sinclair is bringing information to show that we need to start looking at aging as an illness. And why that's so important is because diseases of aging are the ones that are knocking us out. They're the ones that are ending our lives earlier than they were supposed to. And so what if we had a mechanism to actually change the trajectory of our life by stopping illnesses before they start? And that starts to help us define the term longevity. And longevity isn't just more years of life, but it's really about more quality and life in those years. And so how can you bring more life in those years when there's an inevitable drop in hormonal health? And why are hormones important? Well, they're molecules in our body that are allowing us to integrate with our environment. They're the things that are allowing us to adapt to stress and feel vibrant and youthful and energetic. I don't want to be the grumpy old man. I don't want to be the guy when I'm 50, I can't play with my kids. I want to have lots of vitality and energy and stay youthful in my cellular age so that I'm not turning on illnesses of aging. As the research advances more and more in the field of genetics, we realize that we do have a predisposition for certain illnesses, how we metabolize certain drugs or chemicals or nutrients, what kind of diets should we be more inclined towards with our predispositions. What's our cultural lineage look like, and should we be eating more in line with what our genes say? And there's so much information out there, and where do you start, right? And that's why we wanted to bring this information out, because if we put more attention on activating the longevity of genes, if we put more attention on reversing illness and moving into what we call legacy, we could really start to take a hold of our longevity. So let me talk to you about the progression of anyone, I think, on a journey towards health. The first thing you have to do is slow the moving train. We call this disease reversal. Can you reverse illness? Absolutely. Most of the illnesses that are taking out the population of people that are living past 60, 70, or 80 is cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and then there's a lot of mental health disorders, unfortunately, that are leading to people to more and more medications. And medications in general, we know are a massive cause for side effects and other things that are actually causing more medications to be added onto someone's list, which at the end of the day, we don't want to medicate chronic illness. We want to get to a place where we don't need medication. And medication serves a role, but it's not reversing illness. And there's so much we can do from a lifestyle medicine point of view, exercise, mindset, stress reduction point of view, detox, that can actually correct lifestyle factors that are leading to this aging and disease realization process. So disease reversal needs to be the first and foremost. We can't move into optimization without addressing what's actually going on with us. After we slow the moving train, so to speak, we need to move into prevention so that new crises start to show up. So we have to implement strategies that really help us to focus in on prevention. And that could be supplementation, it could be doing certain tests that we can check and see if we're predisposing or increasing factors that are leading to certain illnesses. And so prevention can really be where we start to adopt more healthy lifestyle routines, along with that first stage of disease reversal. The next one is optimization. So many people want to go into optimization, but they haven't done the groundwork. It's work to slow a moving train. It's work to focus on prevention. It's a daily habit. So on our way to optimization, we clear those underlying pieces so that we can really focus on biohacking and getting more out of our workouts and focusing and doing better at recovery and optimizing brain function so we can retain information more effectively in 2 years. And so that we're not noticing a steady decline to how we're living our lives. So optimization is really what's birthed this longevity lab, because everything really comes down to optimizing cellular environments through oxygenation, through detoxification, through temperature variation, through the different light that we're exposed to, through correcting some of the subconscious belief systems that we have that are affecting, the choices that we make on a daily basis, so that subconscious programming. And all of these things together are what basically birthed this longevity lab, this need for optimizing our health. It's not enough anymore, unfortunately, to just eat the right food and exercise. There's so much more going on in our world. There's so much more complication. So in order to move into optimization, we have to take care of the earlier stuff. And lastly is legacy. Legacy is, how are we influencing our communities? How are we helping our family? How are we helping our kids live in an environment where they can actually adapt to the stressors of the modern times? And legacy is really about leaving the world a better place than where we arrived. And unfortunately, the world that we live in is really moving in a direction where illness is on the rise. So I don't want our kids living in an environment where that is their reality. We have the power to make changes. So what are you going to do as an individual to start to implement this and get into the mindset of legacy? Because ultimately, when we start to put the attention on the generations that are to come, hopefully it makes us take more responsibility and do that work, right? So those are our whys. Really, we want to focus on living a great life, hopefully blessed with many years, but full of life, not riddled with medications and trying to just keep us alive. I don't want to live a life like that, and I don't think you do either if you're watching this video. So yeah, join the movement, join the longevity movement. Let us know what you'd like to hear on this topic, and I'm going to keep coming at you with more information on longevity. So remember, you're going to biohack your biology, upgrade your cells, and free your mind at the Longevity Lab.